Good evening, everyone. Let's wait for 3 minutes and we will start at 8:05 because there are people who are joining us. Let's wait for a few minutes and we will start immediately. Good evening, everyone. Those who are watching us on Facebook and those who are directly connected to us through Zoom. Thank you for joining us, and hopefully we will have a very interesting session today, and we will be able also to answer to your questions. Okay, welcome everybody. I don't want to, let's say, be behind our schedule, so I will start in order to have enough time to answer all your questions and also have a very good discussion also with our guests today. As you know, this is the second info session that we have organized for Entrepreneurship World Cup Armenia, our national competition for Entrepreneurship World Cup. And it is actually the final info session before the deadline for application. Today I am going to go through a very brief introduction to EWC and EWC Armenia. Then we will meet with EWC Armenia 2021's global finalists, our global finalists actually, and we will have a very short Q&A session at the end of the session. First of all, I want to once again emphasize that our global hosts for Entrepreneurship World Cup are globally is Global Entrepreneurship Network, or GEN, which is the organizer and the initiator of Entrepreneurship World Cup. And we have also Manshaat, which is the Entrepreneurship Development Agency of Saudi Arabia. They are the second global host this year. AUA's EPIC Entrepreneurship and Product Innovation Center that I am representing. That center is the national organizer of Entrepreneurship World Cup in Armenia, and we have also co-organizers, including Ministry of High-Tech Industry of Armenia, including the European Union's EU for Business initiative through GIZ Armenia, Startup Armenia Foundation, Tumo Labs, National Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, and also Team Telecom. And today, as I had mentioned before, we are going to have two special guests from De Novo Science and Zoomerang, our national winners of 2021. We are going to have a very short discussion with them in order to understand about their experiences and what they have learned and what they have seen throughout the Entrepreneurship World Cup experience last year. First of all, I want to define a little bit what is Entrepreneurship World Cup. EWC, as you know, stands for Entrepreneurship World Cup. It is the largest entrepreneurship kind of ecosystem globally. More than 200 countries, actually last year, 213 countries participated in EWC, and more than 400,000 entrepreneurs from around the globe are participating in this competition. This competition includes also training, different resources, connections, mentorship, and plus $1 million in cash prizes. The winner of the EWC is going to receive $500,000 in cash. And the second and third place are going to receive $250,000 and $100,000 respectively. And what is also interesting that all 100 top startups or EWC 100 startups are going to receive from a pool of plus 10 million in-kind services and additional investment opportunities globally. What is important to know is that EWC includes 3 different stages of startups. Idea stage startups, which are the startups that are still in their very initial stage of startup creation. And actually they are doing their validation for problem solution fit. So we have idea stage startups. We are going to have also early stage startup, those startups who have their MVP already and have some initial traction in their original market. And the third stage of startups who are going to be participate in the competition are growth stage startups. Those startups who want to extend their market, to enter new markets, and somehow they want to scale beyond their current market entity. So all 3 stages of startups are eligible to participate in EWC. And as you see here in the bottom of the page, majority of startups usually are from tech, digital and tech background. And during the registration, you have to choose 1 or maximum 2 of your related or relevant verticals related to your startup. For example, as you see here, we have big data AI, we have blockchain, we are going to have clean tech, edtech, energy and sustainability, fintech, food tech and agri-tech, health and wellness, IoT, manufacturing and infrastructure, media and entertainment, mobile, mobility, robotics, SaaS or enterprise software, security, space, and VR and AR. And still, if you didn't find your relevant category or vertical in this list, you can add your vertical in the other field. As a new vertical, you can define your own vertical. So you are going to be judged based on the verticals and also based on your stage of your startup. Either you are going to be idea stage, growth stage, and early stage. Please pay attention to the definition of stages at the EWC, because it's very important. If you are a growth stage startup, you should register yourself as a growth stage startup. Otherwise, you are going to have some problems during the process. So please consider how you are going to choose your stage and also your vertical. And this is the picture of our last year participation. Last year, we had 101 Armenian startups participating in the EWC Armenia. And as you see, the majority of them last year were from big data or AI field. And what is important that some of these startups have also other fields relevant to their field of activity. Let's say that there could be a startup which is for big data and AI field, and they are working on security field. Or there is a fintech startup also relevant with a relevant mobile industry vertical. So you can choose as many as possible verticals, but our suggestion based on our last year's experience is to choose maximum 2 or 3 verticals, no more than 3 verticals, please. What is important about the 5 stages of EWC is that actually we have started the EWC Accelerator this year from the 1st of June by opening the application process. So our application process, as you already know, is going to end by 5th of July. It means the next Tuesday is the deadline. End of the Tuesday is going to be the deadline for application submission. So you have less than 1 week to submit your application. When you start your registration process, actually, what is the good news that you can receive and you can claim your $1,000 in-kind services from EWC. So $1,000 in-kind services are being applicable for any registered startup, even if they do not, let's say, submit their application finally. But if they submit their application, and what does it mean? If they complete their application and submit it finally, they are going to receive something about $25,000 in-kind services. And what does it mean, in-kind services? There are different services, training services, some accessible applications for startups, which are quite useful. You will receive different services from EWC Central. Our applications are being, let's say, registered on EWC International platform. So we don't have Armenian platform for registration. The registration, not only in Armenia, but globally, is being done on EWC platform. After the registration process, we are going to screen the submitted applications. And based on that submitted applications, we are going to announce who are going to participate in the competition. Because If your application will be not completed as much as is defined by the EWC standards, you are not going to enter the competition process. Please pay attention. When you submit your application, you have to be sure that you have done and you have completed and every specific field that is defined in the application form. We are going to screen the application form before entering the competition, your application form, and please pay attention to your emails because sometimes we see some missing information in the application and we get the permission from the EWC Central in order to open the submission and give you very limited time, maximum 24 hours in order to complete your application and resubmit it. So please, if you are going to submit your application, please pay attention to your email because sometimes you are going to receive emails in order to resubmit your application. Please pay attention to your emails after submission. Then from, as we are going to define, we are going to have our EWC qualifiers, Armenian qualifiers, and as a result of our qualifiers, we will announce our national winner or winners. Why winner or winners? Because as a small nation with 3 million population, we have one space, allocated one space in the global finals. But if we do well in our organizational process, and if we have enough participants in Armenia, there is a big chance that we will receive also one extra slot in EWC Global Finals. Like last year, actually last year, 10 days before our finals, we received the news that we have got one extra slot in the global finals, which was a very good achievement for Armenia for the first time, as a first-time participant in EWC. So hopefully we aspire to receive the second place also in global finals this year. But for the time being, we have just one, we have to define just one national winner. And after we announce our national winner or winners are going to participate in group stage bootcamp, which is going to happen in October. It is going to be globally, and based on that, the judges, the international judges are going to define and select EWC 100. It means the top 100 startups from the pool of around 300, 400 global finalists. Last year, the good news was that we had both our national winners were selected as EWC 100. I'm going to define a little bit more about that later. But for the time being, what is important is that the global finals is going to happen in November 2022 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. And 100 startups, the top 100 startups are going to compete for the final 3 places. And after that, they will receive also post-EWC support from global entrepreneurship networks, different entities, including mentorship network, including investment network, and so on. What is important here to note is that this is our national competitions timeline. As you know, we have opened our application since June 1st. We are going to close the application process in July 5th. And then by July 15, we are going to announce those startups who are accepted in the competition. And starting from 15 to 25, those startups who enter the competition will be judged by vertical related judges based on their application. It means that the judgment is going to be completely online. And based on that, hopefully by July 25, we will have our national finalists. So those national finalists are going to compete in national semi-finalists. Semi-finalists are going to compete in semifinals, in Armenian semifinals, in the 1st and 2nd of August. And based on that, we will define our national finalists who will compete in the national finals, which is going to be in August 13. Please pay attention that the first part of the judgment, I mean the judgment which is going to be between 15 July till 25th of July, is going to be online. But the 2nd and 3rd judgment, the semifinals and finals, are going to be live pitch competition. So each semifinalist or finalist should be present in the venue that we are going to define, and they have to pitch in front of the jury members, and they are going to be judged by jury members, different jury members. We are going to have a jury for semifinals and also the separate jury for finals. What is important is that semifinal is not going to be a public event, but finals is completely public event, and we are going to have a specific program, including keynote speech and panel discussion before the pitch competition, which is going to be open for public, and also it is going to be live streamed through our channels and also EWC's global channels. I want to let's say wrap up today's info session's first part with few data related to last year's competition. Last year we had 300 registrations. Out of these 300, 101 startups submitted their applications. Based on the screening process, 92 out of them were submitted in the competition. So they entered the competition. 32. We had 32 semifinalists and 12 finalists, and these 12 finalists were from different stages. We had 5 early stage finalists, we had 3 growth stage finalists, and the remaining startups were from idea stage last year. And what was important, that we had 6 co-organizers last year. We had 11 sponsors, and this year we are going to have, as you know, we have 6 co-organizers. We are going to announce our sponsors very soon. We have more than 22 ecosystem and university partners this year, but last year we had 22. Last year we had 38 judges, but we are expecting to have more judges this year. Our national finals, for our national finals, we had more than 250 participants, live event, and it has been, let's say, live streamed throughout more than 200 countries globally. Last year, once again, I want to mention that we received 1 extra slot in EWC Global Finals, and we aspire to receive that extra slot this year also. Hopefully we will receive. Last year, both of our national finalists or national winners were selected in the EWC Top 100 Startups. We are going to talk with them very soon. One of them, unfortunately, because because of the COVID situation, EWC changed the plan, and they decided to invite just 25 top 25 startups to Riyadh last year because of the COVID situation. So one of our representatives, De Novo Sciences, have been selected in EWC top 25 and participated in global finals, which was very interesting experience, I'm sure. And we received also 2 nominations for 2 categories for Gen Compass Awards for inspiration and resilience, which was related to the situation in Armenia after the war, because just few months after the war, we could mobilize the whole ecosystem, and we participated very well in this competition. And based on their nomination, we were one of the best EWC national campaigns for 2021. So let's start the second part of our discussion today. Let's meet our 2021 global finalists from Armenia, De Novo Science. I see that Vartan Haruchunian from De Novo Science is here. As you see also in the picture, they were in top 100 and also top 225. And actually Vartan did a very interesting pitch in front of the global audience in Riyadh. And also welcome David Grigorian from Zoomerang, our second national winner. They were also into the top 100, which is a very good achievement for us as a nation. Welcome, David and Vartan. How are you? I hope that everything is fine at your end, especially considering that David is in Yerevan, but as much as I know, Vartan is in US. Am I right?
Yes, and also not just me, it's Mahed also. Yep, is here.
Okay, Mahed. Yeah. Welcome on board, Maher. How are you?
Thank you. Good.
Good. And how is your process in US? Actually, Berkeley Skydeck?
Yeah, we are currently staying at Berkeley, participating in that accelerator, and it goes quite good.
Good. And hello, David. How are you? From Yerevan.
Hi, everyone. Great, awesome. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, guys, for joining us in this short meeting, actually, or discussion. I have few questions from you, and I want you to, if you will find it interesting, you can answer, because I'm sure that other startuppers who are interested to participate in EWC, they want to understand what is happening beyond Armenian EWC, because that part is not obvious to all of everyone. So in order to start with that, I want to share something that immediately after our national finals last year, we registered both De Novo Sciences and Zoomerang on EWC Global second stage, which this year they have named it as group stage. Last year it was about as much as I remember, more than 300 startups were participating in that stage as national winners of different countries. We registered them in this process, and they started the second stage of EWC by participating in different online trainings. And as much as I remember, each team received one assigned mentor for the whole process. I want to hear from you. Maybe we can start from David. Overall, how was the experience for that stage, the second stage of the experience that you participated in different workshops and you had a mentor? And what was the most valuable part of that process?
Yeah, thanks for the question and the opportunity to tell my experience in EWC at this stage, because I didn't have the chance to do that before this. And I believe there were 200 startups in this stage, and we were selected 200 top on this stage. The overall experience was very unique and very interesting, because we were using online conference tools to gather together, like, for example, 200 people in one room, and we were able to talk to each other, stand near to each other, gather in different meeting rooms, and talk to our mentors, and talk to other mentors. It was very helpful for us as well, because we could communicate with a lot of people there, tell our idea, and get feedback from them. The people includes like a lot of founders, a lot of mentors from EWC and from worldwide community as well. And there were a lot of experts in marketing, in design, in product design, in finance, in everything we needed to correct our mistakes and be well prepared for the next stages, as well as create be prepared to our future challenges in our business. So the overall, I will the feedback was very positive. We had a great experience being in this stage, and we did a lot of pitches. We changed our mission and vision during these pitches. We understood what people actually hearing from us, because what we were telling and what they were hearing was very different, and we were able to change our mission and vision and align with what we are doing with our product.
And did you learn also from your competitors? Because I'm not sure if you have any kind of open discussion with also the other startups.
In terms of the industry, there were very few startups in our industry, and
yeah.
I believe the target of EWC was not the entertainment and our industry. They were more startups in biotech or fintech or other related fields that they were mostly interested. And I didn't find any competitor in this stage for Zoomerang.
I remember that day that we heard that both of you are among top 100 startups, because we received an official email from EWC Central announcing the top 100. But what was your initial feeling when you heard the news? Because you were selected from around more than 300 startups as one of the top 100. And were you expecting such a result? And how does it feel to be among the top 100 startups globally? From your point of view,
of course, when you participate in such competitions, you always have in your mind to be the finalist and the first the winner of all competition, but the reality sometimes is different. And we were very excited when we selected as second national winner in Armenia. But we're also very excited because of getting to top 100, because when we selected as national winners, it didn't mean that we are selected as top 100, and it didn't mean that we are going to go to Saudi Arabia and present Armenia there. So when they announced the top 100, it was another relief for us, and we were celebrating it. And they actually gave a $700,000 the perks cost of $700,000, and it's also very
useful, helpful.
Yeah, and we kind of using these perks currently to cover some costs.
Okay, that's a good news. Okay, thank you very much. Let's go to Vartan and Maher. My question is basically about the second stage, that which was a great news. Actually, we received earlier, as much as I remember, I received the news from Vartan. But when you received the news about being selected as top 25, what was the emotions that what kind of emotions did you have, and what was the overall experience of being selected as one of the top 25 startups globally through this process?
First thing, they teased about being top 25 because they put a meeting with I think he was one of the founders of EWC. I don't remember his name. And we didn't know what to expect. Why did they put that meeting? And during the meeting, they announced that we were selected at top 25. And yeah, at that moment, especially because it was teased, we were already very anhangist. I'm sorry, I don't worry. And yeah, when he announced that, hey, congratulations, we are one of top 25, it was just...
Actually, you received news directly from the president of Global Entrepreneurship Network.
Yeah.
You received the news from
Paul?
him. Mark Osborne.
Okay, I don't remember the name. Yeah, okay, whatever. But yeah, at that moment, the emotions were just flowing. I cannot say just one emotion. It was just after this tease, okay, we were very happy to hear that. And we were not expecting it was a big achievement, especially for our company, because at that moment we weren't big. We had some ideas, we had some traction, but we were just starting. I mean, we are still just starting, but we are a little bit later stages than we were back then. Yeah, and the fact that we could go to Riyadh, because it was COVID,
actually both of you went to Riyadh. Vartan and Maher, both of you went to Riyadh, okay, and you did a live pitch there. What was what kind of experience was there, that to be among 25 top global startups pitching in front of global audience live, in front of, and it was a huge hall. You were in front of different people, and the worst part of the story was that ringing bell.
Yeah.
At the end of your time limitation. I remember that day because we were watching directly through the live streaming. And how was that experience?
Yeah, it was very unnerving because it's top 25. It's a huge audience. You know, you came so far along. and you want to do the best, because you always, for me, you always, when pitching, feel responsible for the whole company, for the team, because you are the one presenting the work of 5, 10, 20, whatever amount of people are working on that startup now, and you understand that it's a big responsibility. And yeah, if you plus that, plus audience, you have to really forget about everything. I mean, you can be worried before the stage, but once you get on the stage, start the pitch, you have to just clear your mind and speak clearly and be clear. Because if they feel that you are worried or you are not confident, you won't pass.
Confident, yeah.
Yeah, and one thing I think we have to warn to people that the pitches are 3 minutes. I don't know how many minutes will be here, but it's completely different experience pitching 3 minutes in 3 minutes, especially if you are doing something a little bit complicated. It's completely different format, and you have to get used to it, because if it's 3-minute pitch, you have to perfect it. And every slide matters, every word matters. There is no time for forgetting something. You have to do everything perfectly.
Yeah. And how was the situation with the, I'm not sure, Maher was at the behind the scene or among the attendees. I'm not sure about that. What was the experience of Maher as an...
Yeah, so I was all over the place, actually, because they gave all startups behind the scenes place where we could stay, chat, and see what is happening.
So the so-called green room.
Yeah, the green room. So I usually was there networking with other startups. But when was Vartan's already turned to pitch, I went to attend this, in order to have some good pictures and good video to have a memory, at least have a personal memory of this event. So yeah, and usually what we were doing, like together, we were all the time rehearsing, understanding what should be said, what should be not said, and also all the time, because I think we were on the last one to pitch. Yeah, we constantly were seeing how judges reacted, what kind of questions they asked, and try to find answers to possible questions that we didn't think about before that. So it was kind of like experience was in very rush moments. So we kind of were always in a rush.
Okay. David, I have another question from you. Let's say that it is 2021 and you have the experience to, you have this experience, previous experience, and you want to apply to EWC. What would be your key 3 suggestions or thinking what you are going to do differently this time? Maybe for being much more successful or doing better throughout the competition.
I'm here. We did great
because among our audience there are people who are interested to participate in EWC, and what will be your key 3 suggestions to them?
Yeah, the first suggestion would be whatever you participate in any way, because it will give you a lot of experience, and even if you don't have the full understanding what you are building, it will help you to work on your pitch, work on your presentation, and better present your product, your ideas to the audience, and which will help you to in the further steps. I believe there are a couple of three stages of startups, right? The idea stage, the growth stage.
Yes, idea stage, early stage, and growth stage.
this advice would apply for idea stage startups and all the stages as well, because when we were participating, we had the traction, we had the revenue, we had the team, but we never pitched Zoomerang to anyone. So that was very good experience to start from pitching our idea to audiences. And currently, because of that, we had a lot of changes in our product, and we understood the right direction we should go. So the first advice is just apply and just participate. Know whether you have idea or not, or ever you have pitch or not. Would be we attend as many sessions as they will be, because in these sessions during the EWC, there are a lot of great people that coming to these sessions and teaching you how to present, how to do marketing, and etc. And the last advice would be, if you didn't accept it, or you didn't win, it's not the case. Don't be disappointed, and continue what you are building, because it's a competition. It's not something that you can be the last one in the competition, but make the first $1 billion company from the list. So don't be disappointed if you are not selected in any stage.
Okay, thank you. And Vartan and Maher, what will be your suggestion to our audience, to our this year's actually applicants, startups, for participation to be as successful as possible, not only in EWC, but also beyond EWC, but through the EWC process, actually?
Yeah, first one would be, probably from my perspective, have fun. You are getting connected to a lot of, once you get to international part, like you get connected to, it's really World Cup. You get connected to entrepreneurs all over the world. You can get to know them. You can speak to them. Like, there are people from Africa, India, America, basically everywhere. And it's very interesting to see what these are people doing, how they're thinking, and yeah, just have fun at that part. Second one would be, of course, practice the pitch. Like, again, if it's a 3-minute pitch, it's completely different format, and you have to really, really get good at it, because you have to remember, it's kind of third advice, but also second. But you have to remember that if you are pitching, you are not pitching to investors, you are pitching to judges. And there is a big difference how they value the startups, because judges don't give out their money. They are giving out, they don't have the responsibility. They're just, so logically you can come to conclusions, what would they like? Like, they're interested in different kind of things. That's very important, because I think that's one of the biggest problems because we went there thinking, okay, it's investor pitch, but we saw that other people pitched differently, and I think that's very important to remember. Yeah, that probably would be from me, Maher.
Yeah, just to top up on that, usually because it's not investor pitch, it's like global competition pitch. So one of the natural things that you should try to have emphasis on is what kind of change would your product bring to the world? So would it have a great societal impact? Would it change some lives? So I wouldn't necessarily say that you should focus on that. You should totally focus on what your product does, what is the core. But if you have some kind of like cherry on the top that your product will have huge impact on society, I think it would be more. It would add some pluses to your pitch.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, thank you very much. And David Can, do you have anything to add at the end? Because I want to wrap up what we have done up to now, and I want to hear from you. Any final word to our future this year's participants?
Yeah. Are there any questions from the audience? I believe they can be. So they can...
If there will be any questions, yes, from audience, if you have any questions, please write. Maybe
of course,
the best way is to write your.
Yeah, if they don't have any questions now, but if they have any questions, they can reach me in social media and write me just I'm from EWC or I want to participate in EWC and give the question. I'll be online to answer.
That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. Yes, definitely. I would suggest all of the participants, if they have any questions, please approach our national winners. I'm not sure, Vartan and Maher, you are in United States, but I think that you are accessible through social media, yes?
Yeah,
I mean, you have time to answer the questions or emails.
Yeah, sure.
So if there will be any question, if there will be any, okay, David has already shared and Vartan has shared their contacts and LinkedIn contacts and LinkedIn page. So they are accessible. Thank you very much, David. Thank you very much, Vartan, Maher, for joining us. I want to add one extra point. What is important that our registration is going to be ended by next Tuesday, 11:59 Yerevan time. Please note that. After that, it will be impossible to submit your applications. Please, if you have already registered on EWC website, please submit, because just registration is not enough. You have to submit your application, and please submit it as soon as it will be possible. Please, if you will forget about any part of your application, you can still contact us through ewc.epic@aua.am, and we will find a solution to open your submission in order to help you. Because please remember that everything is being done through the central EWC, and we don't have direct access to the platform. So every time that we confront a problem, we have to inform the center, and they are going to open or maybe reject our request. And what is important, we have developed a very comprehensive and extended FAQ, frequently asked questions. You can go to EPIC's website EWC page, or through the QR code that is provided here. And you will find almost every potential answers to every potential question related to EWC Armenia, EWC Global. And if still you will not find the proper answer to your questions, please feel free to contact us either through email or directly through phone during working hours, and we will be happy to answer to your questions. Please follow our pages on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn in order to be updated about the different stages of the competition. And the final good news is that starting from today, we have launched our EWC website, EWC Armenia website. It's an informative website. There is no other activity in our website, but you can find even the FAQ in our EWC Armenia website. So you can visit our ewcarmenia.com website. It is accessible starting from today. If there is any question, I will be happy to answer, or maybe our guests will be happy to answer, but let's see if we have any questions. As much as I see, there is no question. Once again, if you will have any further question, please feel free to contact us, to contact David, Vartan, Maher. All of us are here to answer your questions, especially at EPIC. We are active almost 24 hours per day until the application deadline. There is no other questions. Thank you once again, David, Vartan, and Maher.
Thank you,
your with us and with our audience. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Please consider that this video is also going to be available through YouTube and on our Facebook page, so you can still watch recording. Thank you very much and night. Hopefully we will receive we will see you soon. Short cup, and you will be among the top startups who are participating in this event. Thank you very much. Have a good night. Bye-bye.